Are you there, Naomi?
Hello, everyone. This is Jules with Starcaster Radio, and I have Naomi and Barbara and Erica here today. And we are extending our arms in a huge hug, just embracing you all as we step onto the new Earth platform, creating heaven on Earth. And today we are going to start with Erica as she gives us the astrology forecast.
Thank you, Julie. I'm just so excited. I just love this because right now we're transitioning into two very big astrological cycles. And so the first one I want to talk about is Saturn's conjunction with Uranus and how it is a very major, it's considered a major planetary aspect and conjunction that occurs about every 45 years. So the next one isn't going to be until 2032. So what does that mean for us? That just means that we're going to start to feel, I don't want to say restless, but we're going to feel the excitement for change as to what the future is going to hold for us. But, you know, just like anything in the unknown, as we step onto that unknown platform, not to just pace ourselves, but to not try to force the change, to just let it be and let it change and evolve as it's supposed to. So, you know, there's a cliche saying, like, if it's meant to happen at the right time, at the right place, it will. So for those that have been working on something for what you would consider a long time, the potential of it really is taking shape now. So this Saturn conjunction to Uranus it marks the beginning of what we would maybe call a long-term project. So the foundations, the bricks are being laid. So it's important to just walk and lay those bricks with patience and not to jump ahead. In this conjunction, it's going to make you highly self-aware and creative, but also practical and well-grounded. Sometimes when we get on a creative streak, we don't find ourselves as grounded, but this one is actually going to keep us practical and well-grounded so that as we approach this new pathway, this new foundation, we're going to have an enhanced, highly energized state. And this sustained high energy is going to give us so much creative genius and juices that I ask that you just keep moving the energy. Don't let it get stuck in your body. Let it move through, because it's going to give you access to new talents, to new ways of doing things, a new way of being productive. It's going to make you more efficient. And it's actually going to allow you to reinvent yourself on a self-awareness journey, on a self-awareness path. So it's going to make things a lot easier and seamless, as other conjunctions in the past may have not been perceived that way. But what's so amazing about this conjunction is that we're entering a new moon cycle. And what does a new moon represent? A new moon represents that it's the beginning of a time to create a new project, to start over, to turn a new leaf. And so you're going to start releasing those old habits, old behaviors, old programs that didn't serve you. And Uranus is very electrical. It's like almost getting this highly charged electrical energy that's very spontaneous. So what people aren't very familiar about Uranus is that it's actually a star. It sits on a star. So if you start to feel electrical charges and pulsations in your body, it's amazing. You're just connecting to that energy and you're connecting to the astrology of that energy. So just breathe, allow it to move through and move your body. I think that's the most important, is don't try to let it sit and simmer too long, because sometimes those tingles and those chills and those full body chills can be a lot for a person, but that's just exciting change. So just let it move through you, ride that wave. And as we enter in this conjunction in the next 4 weeks of a new moon energy, just enjoy. It's just a beautiful, seamless, creative way to become self-aware and to lay the foundation for your future. So hopefully you guys are feeling it. I definitely am feeling it. So yeah, I'm feeling it. Yay.
Awesome. I'm feeling it too as well. And it's such a fun energy to play in. I feel all the creativeness.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and move on to the activation. And so we had some communication with the Council of Light, and we're directed to do as a community the flower of life, or the tree of life activations. So how we're going to move forward is we're going to be doing this activation and the same activation for 4 weeks, because it's something that you want to do for about 28 to 30 days to fully integrate the activation. And so if you want to go back and listen to the activation daily, that it would be even better. But just having it be in your system week to week for the next 4 weeks will be amazing. And I'd love to just, bring our experiences to this platform and just sharing what these activations are really doing for us. So I'm going to start with the channeled information for activating chakras 1 through 4. The purple light is slowing down time so your bodies can accelerate up to the speed of now. So you can suspend yourself in the frequency beyond time. As the molecules of humanity are changing, you have this feeling as if you are solid, but you are really trillions of light particles. And when you remove programs, you can go back into oneness. The flower of life is spinning in each chakra now and is bringing all low vibrational programming and karma into reverse, taking all energy to the beginning of existence. It is being restarted from a place of no law or karma, only purity. In a sense, everything is being erased, and all that is left is God consciousness. Connecting to the first particle of existence before all other particles is important because mystical law can be bypassed. The mystical laws cannot be broken except in extreme cases. Within the first particle of existence, mystical law does not exist, so you and all can be healed. We start healing by bringing the energy of the God particle, or the first particle of existence, up through the root into the new earth. The particle enters each chakra, clicking each frequency on as it enters the energy in the center. The spinning of the chakra will accelerate, bringing the frequency into the next chakra. Each key must be turned first. You will feel a click inside the void between each chakra. The tree of life activation, chakras 1 through 4. Breathing in through the heart, breathing out through the heart. Breathing in through the heart, breathing out through the heart. Feel your body as the tree of life. The tree of life in every cell and every molecule within your DNA and all your energy systems. Your body is a creation of the tree of life. Feel yourself vibrate with the frequency held here. Your roots are grounded in the earth, stretching down to the very core. Feel the knowledge and the power of the mother. Become one with the earth. Pull the hydrogen atom up through the roots. The hydrogen atom enters the root chakra. At the center is the flower of life that contains the God particle. The hydrogen atom easily migrates into the center of the God particle. Just as a key enters a keyhole, clicking once to the right. As the hydrogen atom clicks within the God particle, the flower begins to spin. Feel the frequency rise. When the frequency of 111 Hz is reached, the flower collapses within the God particle, creating a gateway through the void and into the sacral chakra. The hydrogen atom flows up through this gateway and into the flower held there. In the center of the flower is the God particle. The hydrogen atom flows up from the earth into the God particle, clicking once to the right. The flower begins to spin and it reaches the frequency of 222 hertz. The flower collapses into the God particle, creating a gateway into the void between the sacral chakra and the solar plexus. These frequencies bring in the vibration of oneness. Feel the vibration enter every cell and every molecule of your body. The hydrogen atom raises up through this gateway, through the void, into the solar plexus. See the flower within the solar plexus as the hydrogen atom easily flows from the earth into the center of the God particle, clicking once to the right. The flower begins to spin. Feel the spin bringing in the frequency of 333 hertz. When the flower reaches the frequency of 333 hertz, it collapses into the center of the God particle, creating a gateway into the void between the solar plexus and the heart. Feel the frequency of your body begin to raise even higher, stimulating the frequencies in all your energy centers into every cell and every molecule. The hydrogen atom raises up through the gateway of your solar plexus into your heart chakra. The hydrogen atom flows from the earth into the flower, entering the God particle and clicking once to the right, allowing it to spin. The spin accelerates to the frequency of 444 hertz. As the spin reaches the frequency of 444 hertz, the flower collapses into the God particle, creating a beautiful golden pyramid. All of these frequencies are held within this pyramid. The heart pyramid holds the flower of life. The flower transcends time and space, transcends judgment and separation. You are now in the vibration and frequency of love. Allow the frequency to take over your body, transforming your cells and DNA with the knowledge held in the flower of life. Thank you. I love you. It is done. Whew. Okay, so now we are going to give the platform to Barbara as she does the teaching of the keys of Enoch. Thank you, Barbara.
Hello. That was beautiful, Julie. Very moving.
Thank
Okay,
you.
today, yes, you're welcome. Today, we're going to read from the keys, number 15. It tells the children of light to look at the ancient mythologic sites at Tiahuanaco, Palenque, Teotihuacan, Tarium Basin, Stonehenge, and the Great Pyramid and the Sea of Galilee. These places were also used by the Lords of Light to encode and initiate the races of the world. And those who encoded these races will once again return and gather their raiment seed. Yes, these sites do not, in all instances, indicate where the Lords of Light will return, because some of these sacred places mark the exit regions where the righteous have already been removed from the earth in previous cycles. It goes on to talk about man's problems has been that he has tried to encompass the many heavens into his conception of the millennium without the greater understanding of how Isaiah's words will be fulfilled when the earth itself is completely transposed into the new heavens. It is not a question of heaven coming to earth, but of earth being transposed into many heavens, the chilocosm. And then it goes on to talk about the Lords of Light, usually come from a trinicized unfoldment of the divine personality, as seen in the threefold body of Osiris, Isis, Horus, the Trikaya of Buddha, Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, and Moses, Jesus, and Elijah. They represent the trinicized unity of combining creation, salvation, and regenesis or recreation. These Lords of Light come as way showers to prepare man for the shift in his life cycle. They show how the incarnation, resurrection, realignment can take place in the human time frame. This is the fulfillment of Psalms 104, which speaks of man beholding mountains proceeding to ascend, valleys, plains proceeded to descend to the place that you, God, founded them. And that is speaking of a lot of the different aspects of why we have these religious sites or these spiritual sites. Even though we don't understand them, it talks about how important they are and how the energies at these sites are so important to aligning our spiritual essence back to the Lords of Light, and to understand that the way showers came, the Jesus, the Buddhas, all of the different masters who came to show us the way and to allow us to visually see and understand what it means to be connected to the light, and what it means to return from this physical existence back into our oneness with the God particle. So, does anyone have any questions concerning this?
Thank you, Barbara. As you were speaking, I had this vision of, a human body and these like lines of light that were connecting kind of almost out in a upside down V shape that were extending down through the earth and connecting, all these sacred sites. And the more I connected to the energy, what I realized is that the more connected I became to what you were saying and to the energy and the frequency, that those lines, like, I don't, without being able to explain it any better, but they kind of fulfilled their purpose and switched. And then the lines started to go the other way. So it was like the V was facing up, and then it was like that same purpose of activating those ley lines was now activating the cosmic grid. And so with and I love the importance of these sacred sites, and and really what it is I feel like it's they're energy centers that are here for us to fully embrace these frequencies and connect to them, and in some ways gateways for us to be able to attach to those frequencies. And let's see here, Erica, I'd love to hear your thoughts on that.
What I got from the sacred sites is those are the old portals. Remember how we have opened up so many new portals? Those were the old portals, which are still so important with the energy that they have and the frequency they hold. But as we evolve and as we shift platforms and raise in dimension and frequency, the new portals are also creating new ley lines and connecting to the old.
I love that, because that's like, you just said so perfectly what I was trying to explain of what my vision was. That is, yes, I resonate with that, because, I mean, if there is no time and space really, and we're just in the spherical form, everything is still existing, but what we're experiencing through our existence is a shift in frequency. And we're fully into the fourth, if not the fifth dimension now, and so it would make sense that we would experience things, and not only experience things differently, but we are creating this new cosmic grid. Let's see, Barbara, I'm going to unmute you. Okay, Barbara.
Yeah. Yes, I was just, when you were speaking there, something just popped into my mind, and then I was so involved in what you were saying, I may have lost what I was going to say. But basically, concerning the ley lines and the connecting, what we're doing is we're reconnecting to the codes that were given to us when we incarnated into this third dimensional reality, and when we were created, let's say, in body form or in physical form. We were given those codes. Those codes were encoded into our DNA and into every cell in our body. So that information that was originally given to us is all there, available for us. And this is the time when we are going to reconnect and open up our, remember our codes basically, and then be able to translate them into light code energies, which will allow us then to stand in our light body while still in physical form, so to speak, but not totally dense physical form, if that makes sense.
So I totally agree with that, and it's funny because I did a QHHT session, and in the session I was shown how there's multiple sets of DNA, and they all have the codes of returning to the one DNA, or the DNA coding of, and it's at that point, it's not really a strand of DNA. I'm just using that as a visual, but of the one, or of the first particle of existence, God consciousness, and that we all hold this pathway within us. And in my session, what I was shown is that, as we enter unity consciousness, the DNA of expansion, or holding multiple forms of consciousness, is collapsing in on each other. And as that happens, the one DNA becomes stronger within all of us, because it's going back into just one existence, or one strand, I guess. I don't know. It's kind of hard to explain because I'm making it so linear. But Erica, did you want to comment on that?
Yeah, because it's, I always go back to astrology, because for me, I understand the stars in the galaxy. I'm so drawn to that. But right now, because of the electrical pulses, the sensations that we're feeling with, it's the star energy. It's the source and the particle of God that we're actually awakening in our beings. I don't want to say attached to our physical bodies, because I think we're moving past the first couple levels of our human skin as we transition and transform and raise our frequency and vibration. So what I'm feeling inside of me, in the root of my core, is an actual particle, the star of God, that is bursting with brightness and electrical pulsations. And so my experiences are now held and felt on a star level versus a physical level.
I love that. Barbara, did you have something to say?
Yes, when she was talking about the physical and the star level and all that stuff, I remembered something I read in the Keys, and it talked about, in order to give you a visual on how the Light Council wanted to express it, how our existence here and our earth plane is relatable to the cross that we all hold as something sacred, is that they perceived it as a blue dome of light sitting over the top of a horizontal earth plane. And this horizontal earth plane runs through this blue dome of light, which we call heaven. But what it does is it allows us then to experience the physical body in in um, in this earth plane. But it really gave me, I wanted to share that with you because it really gave me a visual understanding of our reality here on earth. And when you see it as a horizontal plane that is running through the what we consider to be everything, that all that there is, and that horizontal plane, I mean that dome of all that there is, the God energy, is what is activating and allowing this horizontal earth plane to exist so that we can experience a physical form. And that was basically, what I wanted to share. But thank you for asking, Julie.
Thank you. And Erica, did you have something to say?
I resonate with all of that.
Oh my gosh. It's so powerful. And, in the message that I'm getting is that, as we move further into the void through just our state of consciousness and kind of resting in that unknown space without having to have attachment to the future, to the past, it's opening this, I don't know, it doesn't really feel like a vortex or a portal, but it's almost like just opening space for us to raise in frequency. And as we raise in frequency, we're entering this void or this space. And it's happening simultaneously. It's happening at the same time. But in order for our like the dormant part of our brain, or however you want to see it, the consciousness that we haven't fully become awakened to, is setting the pace. And it's doing it through these like little energetic, like almost like lightning bolts. And the more we can hold space and just stay in that unknown space, the more our physical body is able to release and expand and truly like start to raise in frequency. And that's the pathway of the luminous body. So it's so interesting how, it's a physical experience, it's a conscious experience, and then it's just this global, like, expansive experience. Barbara, did you want to talk?
No, I guess I need to hit my hand, huh?
Did anybody else have anything that they wanted to share with that? Naomi, did you have anything you wanted to share?
I think we're all in a state of just riding the frequency. So words are really hard right now.
They are. And it's, where I feel it the most is in my heart. And I think that those little lightning bolts or energy responses are really starting to awaken within the heart as well.
Mm-hmm.
And it does, it's like thinking and speaking and communication is just taken on a new element or a new expanded place, which is really fun.
And I want everyone to have fun with it, right? Because we're going to be talking on our toes. We're going to be making mistakes with our words, and just laugh, because it is hard to put words to things. And clearly sometimes when you're trying to say something, it's not going to come out the way you intend to. So this is very fun and exciting. And I feel that excitement, and those lightning bolts of energy and electric charge of our heart and our core awakening is just so exciting. So everyone just have fun with it.
Yes, have fun and enjoy the expansion, and and without expectation. Like, I think so many times that we attach to the outcome and the whole process is lost. And now more than ever, just hanging out in the process and enjoying it is the way to go, because the outcome is, it's just not the way anymore. It's the process, and not that it ever was, but I think now more than ever that taking each step and fully being present in that step is the only way that we get to take the next step. We don't get to, I think so many times, like in the past, where it was like we were on more of a linear timeline. So having the outcome as a place that we were moving towards was easier. But now that we've moved into spherical existence, it's being in the now with each step is the only way to get there, because that linear timeline has been erased. And so now it doesn't mean that we don't have focus of where the outcome is going to be taking us, but having our intention and each moment is more important, because that's where the energy will build to give us the next step. Does that make sense? Let's see, Barbara.
Yes, I really resonated with what you were saying, because living in the now for me really is difficult then to function a lot of the times in stuff that maybe I'm supposed to take care of in the future. So I really have to set a lot of timers on my phone and a lot of reminders, because if I'm truly living in the now, I'm not thinking about what I'm supposed to do today or tomorrow. So I found it more better for me just to set timers or to make notes or whatever, or something that reminds me of something I have to do or take care of in this physical plane.
I love that. And I do the same thing, because I get so into what it is that I'm doing and creating that, I really do lose time and space. And I think that there'll be a day where we won't have to do that. But in this transition of moving from linear to spherical, I think it's such an amazing tool that we can use. So thank you for sharing that.
Would you guys like to do a download on the spherical thinking?
Oh my gosh, I'd love that.
So
Yes.
I resonate with everything you girls are saying, and I'm just kind of soaking it in. And so let's just step upon the New Earth platform and place awareness in the seed crystal in your heart and the hydrogen atom within. And if you could almost feel like you are the flower of life, with the lords of light just creating the ring around your flower of life, so you feel the pulsations from the Lord of Light, and you just feel this organic movement. And so we're going to ask for a download for our brains to just to resonate with the spherical thinking. And so if you place your left hand or your left finger on your throat chakra and place your right fingers on your root chakra and just say home, but really elongating the om sound. So home. And then move your right finger up to your solar plexus and say home. And in this, we're just allowing ourselves to go to that frequency of home that we have. And so you're going to move your right fingers up to your spleen chakra and say home. Home. And then move your right fingers up to your heart chakra. And then you're really going to enter the vibration or the hertz of your throat chakra of the 555, of your throat chakra, the fifth dimension, freedom, change, travel, the blue dome Barbara was speaking of. And so with your right finger on your heart, just give yourself permission to truly return home to your star origin. Home.
Home.
And that vibration that you have created will circulate and pulsate through all of your cells, molecules, DNA, and just allow that vibration to move inside of your brain and actually rewire your brain to dormant parts of your brain that are just really longing to be awakened in your home origin.
That was amazing, Naomi. Thank you. Oh, that was so wonderful.
Yay.
Erica, did you have something to add to that?
No, I'm so amped right now.
I kind of feel like this is the perfect place to just send everybody off to experience their home frequency, and and we'll continue to meet everyone in our circle and outside of our circle from love and above, and continue to create that frequency. So we extend our arms in just this big cosmic hug as we're just joining together and creating this star family. And namaste to you all.
Light and love.
Namaste.